What's up, everybody? It's Darkshard of the YouTube Assassin. And on Thursday, we got our update 1.12, which for everybody who got level 70, they gave us an extra 30 ability points. And then they also kind of did a couple of secret changes. One of them was that on hunter builds, you can no longer shoot for the head and it be an instant critical hit, which severely damaged a lot of like just attack power. It was absolutely insane. So I did the video to let people know, and then the next day I did another video where I confirmed it, and I kind of wanted a bunch of you to do what you do best and give me a bunch of ideas, and let's talk about this. Let's try to find a way around the problem. It's not just something affecting hunter builds. We also heard something like Ring of Chaos is also kind of nerfed. So we're looking through just to see what's nerfed and what's not. And for those of you who are part of the community who are really intelligent, you guys came through, you guys threw out your ideas, you guys threw out your findings and everything, which is what we're supposed to do. That's absolutely incredible. And for a couple of the other ones, you thought it was whining and complaining and crying and stuff like that. And you guys really totally missed the mark. So I feel bad for you guys. Sit down, let the adults talk. Thank you. Anyway, what we've got here is a new hunter build that I have. I'm not doing the 8 million points of damage like I was doing, but I am getting some pretty high numbers up in the 1-2 million range here and there. So here's what we got. It's all epic gear, and you're not really going to find epic gear like this, exactly like this. You might, but you may have to look around for it, okay? So I've got a hunting knife. It has hunter damage, which we need, damage with daggers, and then 35% crit damage. And then I also add rush assassinate ability changed to one more enemy because I started this off as a hybrid. In this case, you may not even need the rush assassinate ability. If we're going pure like hunter damage, you might want to add some hunter ability there, hunter ability damage, or even critical chance, okay? Because crit chance actually is how we're going to get around the damage that we were doing, all right? I have a Spatha, 18% hunter damage, 28% poison damage. Really don't need poison on this build. I'd be happier if that was fire or even crit chance or something. But then 35% crit damage, which the crit damage itself also helps out when we actually get that hit. But the thing is, getting that hit is the problem. Now, I added 100% damage, but health capped to 25%. That's a staple of mine. That's how I do a bunch of those big numbers. Moving along, I have a reflex bow. It has hunter damage. It has headshot damage, which honestly, if you don't have, or you have certain slots open here, and you really want to do some extra damage, you put on headshot damage because it will increase what happens when you hit them in the head. You may not get those big crits, you may not get those big numbers, but it will do severe damage. 35% adrenaline on headshot kill, which I like because, if you're using some of the things like Devastating Shot or Ghost Arrows of Artemis, you're gonna really need that adrenaline. So that's why we did that. Now I also added 25% hunter damage but 15% armor because we want to have that extra hunter damage because we're missing a lot of it. So we add that on. Going over to the just the gear, I have an eye patch which has hunter damage. It has a 14% crit chance while full health. Now, for those of you that don't know, when you have this on it where there's 100% damage but health capped to 25%, even though your health is capped to 25%, you are still full health, okay? You are not full health if you take a hit and you take a little bit of damage. Then you're not full health, but that counts as full health. I just want to put that out there so that you guys understand. Look that up. That's what that means. Even though it's capped, even though you see 75% of your health bar gone, that 25%, as long as it's at the 25%, you are still at full health because of that engraving. Now, 7% all damage, we need that because we will take all the damage we could get. I added 15% damage with hunter abilities. That is going to help us out, obviously, because we're going to be using a lot of hunter abilities, duh. And that's going to help with the damage. Mercenary gloves. hunter damage, all damage, assassin damage, because like I said, this was an assassin hunter hybrid. If you could find some more hunter damage or something like that, something hunter related for this armor, that would be even better if you're doing the hunter build. Okay, now I put the 5% crit chance because we really need a higher chance at critting, and believe it or not, I've been doing really well with this build. Now going over to the armor, restored mercenary or Mysian armor, warrior damage, which is unnecessary. I would have been happier if that would have been hunter damage, but we'll take what we can get. Now I put 35% crit damage, or that's on there because we really need as much damage as we can with the crit if we get it. Plus 42% total armor. That kind of counteracts the other ability that I had, which reduces the armor here. So this is really going to help us out so that we're less squishy, especially if you go with like the 25% thing. All right, and then I put 10% hunter damage, which, again, we're doing hunter things. We need that hunter damage. Hunter damage plus 60% crit damage while full health. Again, if you are using this build with this gear here, even though your health is capped to 25%, you are still full health as long as your whole bar is full. All right, 21% melee resistance, another thing that makes us less squishy. 5% crit chance. Now, the melee resistance, if you can't find it, look for something that has crit damage or crit chance, something along those lines. Really, basically what we want to do is we want to have a lot of crit chance on this. Crit chance and crit damage, because that's how we're going to get around all the nonsense where they nerfed everything. Going over to the boots, I have hunter damage, damage with bow charge shot, which is also great. 14% crit chance while full health. Again, the 25% thing is not going to affect us. 5% all damage because that helps out with all damage, obviously. All right, so that's that. Now, we'll look at the abilities. The abilities, I really didn't change up that much. We have, the second wind, which is a staple. We have weapons and gear master, which helps with our weapons and our gear so that we're a lot less squishy. I didn't put a lot of ranks in overpower attacks, but we want Battle Cry of Ares, and we want full ranks there. That way, like it says here, for 20 seconds, you're an absolute god. You do 50% more damage, which is great. That's what we need. Now, with my build, I like to use fire, so I put 1 rank in flaming attacks, just so that we could get 3 ranks out of fire mastery. Okay? As you can see, the build-up is 60%. Burning duration increases by 6 seconds. Fire damage is increased by 40%. We really need that. Now, if you're going the other way and you're doing poison, then you would put just 1 rank over here in the venomous attacks and 3 here, because if you put the 3 here, you're going to have similar stats to the fire build. I know some of you prefer poison over fire, so that's why we went with that. Now, Shadow Assassin, Critical Assassination, and Stealth Master, I put 3 ranks in those just because they help out with sneaking around. As we were trying to experiment with this build, I really wanted to, just in case I needed to sneak around, have that available to me. All right. Also be able to sneak up and just damage people from behind. One commenter actually had a great theory. He thought that they nerfed the Hunter and Warrior builds because too many people were complaining that this isn't an Assassin's Creed game. So now Assassin is one of the best kind of builds you can have right now, which, I mean, that's hysterical, but that's his opinion. Everybody has their opinion. And, I just thought that was funny. Over here, I've got Death Veil. You really don't need it, but what I've been doing is as I'm doing assassinations, I find it really, really fantastic that that body just disappears like that. So that's why, I had that. But again, it's unnecessary on your build. Now, over on the Hunter side, I have Devastating Shot. Devastating Shot does 400% Hunter damage and up to double when fully charged. Okay? Fire and Poison Elemental buildup is increased to 200%. And special arrows can be used. So that's what I like. Now, a lot of people argue that you don't need Devastating Shot, that you actually need Ghost Arrows of Artemis. But as you can see, it deals 340% Hunter damage, whereas over here, we have 400% Hunter damage, okay? And up to double when fully charged. So that's pretty big, obviously. Ghost Arrows of Artemis are actually great for going through walls and stuff, so I still actually put that on. And I only have one overpower bow strike just to get to there. Because, like I said, we really don't need it. We do need Archery Master because the hunter damage is increased by 40% and headshot damage is increased by 40%, which we need. We need this headshot damage. Very important. All right. Multi-shot. This is great if you're going to be using this build and you're going to go into big camps where you're surrounded, or if you're going to go and do some conquest battles. You may want to invest in multi-shot just so that you could get more people at once. All right. Over here, Arrow Master, really not necessary. But again, like I say in previous videos, I'm experimenting with a bunch of different arrows all the time. So that's why I have it here. But in your build, it is unnecessary if you don't want to use any other arrows. All right. Or if you want to put on your bow a specific poison or a specific fire build. Now, the only reason that I put this where you have to manually do it is because it doesn't take any adrenaline at all. And even though it's an extra step, you have to take that fire, it frees up an engraving spot for something else that you might want to put on that bow that may be more useful. All right. So that's why I put that there. Now, as far as masteries go, I put insane amounts of points, which helped out in this hunter build here. The 30 points was great. And then I also have been playing earlier today, and I actually knocked out like a couple of ability points. So I put it here. Now, hunter damage, I put 20 in. Somebody on a live stream the other day was telling me that it has diminishing returns, and I beg to differ. These masteries, like 20% hunter damage, that's not a lot, but it's a lot, especially when added up with all those other hunter damages and things like that. And you'll see what I mean later on. Now, crit chance, I know this kind of stinks that you have 5% crit chance for 20 points. But the thing is, I'll take it, especially since we really need that chance if we're really going to do some massive damage, some massive numbers. Now, because of that, I didn't invest a lot in crit damage, but I'm getting there. I'm working on investing stuff here. I'm just seeing where else we can put this these points. Now, headshot damage, I invested 20% so that way, or 20 points, so that way when we hit them hard. 25% headshot damage is really going to help. It's really going to help us get those big numbers. Going further down, I go over to the 10% damage with devastating shot ability. I put 20 points in that. 10% is not a lot, but it is. Okay, so it does 400%. Now an extra 10%, so that's got to be like another 40. And then if it's doubled when it's fully charged, that's going to be 880. So we really needed that. We really needed this little percentage here. Other than that, you could put it in Ghost Arrows of Artemis if you are more into that than you are with Devastating Shot. I plan on doing stuff with multi-shot just in case I want to do stuff where I'm doing more like missions in conquest battles or even in bunkers or forts or anything like that. You may want to add that there. Damage with hunter abilities may also be a really good place to invest that stuff. Okay. Not damage with bows while hidden, because most of the time you're just going to be at a distance. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I had planned on doing. But I also plan on getting massive amounts of points and doing stuff like that. So, that probably will all be filled up eventually, as long as this game is alive. Now we go into like the detailed stats. So as you can see with our main attributes, hunter damage is at 338%, and that is a big number. That's one of the biggest numbers in any of my build videos, which that's going to be important. Damage with headshots, 200%. So again, we're going to be doing a lot of damage. That's good. That's a fantastic number. I'll take it. Going down further, here we go. Critical hit damage is 217%. Now, critical hit chance is 30%. Over here, critical hit chance while full health, 58%. Critical hit damage while full health, 277%. All right? So as long as nobody hits us, we should be doing some pretty big numbers. All right? Going down, the fire damage, fire buildup, I really haven't been messing around a lot with this. I'll tweak that later on after I start getting a couple of more ability points. when I go into the Masteries, I may want to put some stuff in the Warrior class, the fire buildup and things of that nature, so that way I could increase these numbers. But for now, this is what we're rolling with. Now, going down to the armor bonus, 117%. I'll take that. Like I said, we're squishy. Again, I get a couple of more points. I should be able to put this, a couple extra points into anything that will increase my armor bonus, which is going to be big. All right, adrenaline on headshot kill, plus 35%. That's great. I'll take that. Not a big number. I'll still take that. So, I'm in the arena right now because I've been farming the arena, and let's see what happens. We're going to get some decent numbers. We're not going to get that pretty yellow number all the time, but we are going to be getting some decent numbers. Even if it's just white, we're going to be getting some decent things. That wasn't even a headshot kill. That was a shoulder kill. Let's see if I can get some more headshots to see if I could get... Okay. So far, as you can see, this build is decent. I'm doing like some decent damage. That was a headshot kill. It was all white, but still it was a one-shot kill. That was a one-shot kill, even though it was, you know, white damage still. 100,000, I'll take that over nothing. All right, this time we'll try it with fire attacks. Totally missed there. And I keep running into poles. That's great. Okay, that was decent. Probably don't even need the fire. I've actually been doing this without fire the whole time, but there we go. So those, like I said, as you can see, they're decent numbers. And then when I get to the last bandit, I'll show you what it's like with the devastating shot. And see, this guy, I know he always takes me 2 shots to kill for now until I tweak this a little further. Wow, I had him right in my sights and I moved. Alright, so now, when I've gotten to this point, it's taken me between 1 and 3 shots. Most of the time it takes me 3, or 1 shot actually, but every once in a while it does take 3, so let's see. There we go, that was a 1-shot kill with devastating shot. So, that's the build. That's what I'm working with so far. What are you doing? What kind of builds are you working with? Do you have a similar build? Are you tweaking it? Will you be tweaking it with some of the stuff that I've just added on? Or do you have a suggestion for me to tweak mine? I mean, obviously I want to take out the poison abilities off of like some of these armor pieces. I want to find armor pieces that don't have those abilities or that have better abilities overall. So now, you know, like I said, it's hard when you show like epic gear, but right now the epic gear is what I'm working with, and that's giving me the best shot. Go and see the legendary videos with the legendary armor, and you know, just tweak it around with stuff like that. You'll be doing some big damage. You won't be doing the million damage anymore, but it's just a matter of time before we get into that. So anyway, other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out an awful lot. And as always, thank you for watching.